What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. A couple of days ago, I had a dream about John Rabbit, and if you don't know who John Rabbit is, he's the rabbit from JJK. If you watch JJK, you've kind of known who Megumi is, right? The potential man, and John Rabbit is the rabbit who absolutely full comboed Toji during the Shibuya arc, the incident, right? But the rabbit still lost. But you know, when you put a rabbit against Tochi, and that rabbit genuinely held his own against Tochi for a while, that's kind of impressive. But anyways, I had a dream about John Rabbit genuinely breaking into my house, bro. Like it was a weird dream, right? John Rabbit was standing in front of my door and like he had like red eyes and everything. He was about to break in, bro. And then I woke up and then I realized it was just a dream. But anyways, that was just a fun fact. It has nothing to do with this video. I'm not even gonna lie with you, but you know, since this is my channel, I might do what I want with it. But yeah, now on to the actual video. Trying to escape the Matrix, right? That have been a trend for a little bit of a while on the internet, and because I've been isolated in this house for a good couple of months now, and my parents are gone, and then they're on vacation. I'm just home alone. I've had some time to really think about a lot of things, and trying to escape the Matrix was one of them. And during that time, the conclusion that I've kind of come to regarding that is that you cannot escape the Matrix at all. Like it is like at the point we are in society, it is just not possible, bro. Now, I don't want this is not supposed to be like a pessimistic video at all. Rather, I'm just trying to, reframe what it means to, quote unquote escape the Matrix, right? Because one of the things that you kind of have to realize is that we are social animals. We strive in packs. And even though a single human being can do a lot of things on their own, right? Like we can hunt for food, we can get water, we can survive. But to be able to do a lot of the things that we strive to do, right? To leave a legacy, to be able to build a community, inspire others, build riches, build a family, all of that, you need to do that thing in pack. And one of the things that this escaping the Matrix thing get very wrong is this whole idea of trying to be the alpha, right? Trying to be the alpha, taking everything on your own. And I just don't think that's a good idea. Matter of fact, that is extremely, extremely counterintuitive to, actually trying to escape the Matrix in itself. Now, my solution for that is one, you need to build value for yourself first, right? I may sound hypocritical, but let me explain, bro. Calm down. Calm down with the comments. Let me explain. First of all, like I've kind of talked in a lot of my other videos, people only really enter into relationships because they're getting something out of it. And usually, or not usually, I'm sorry. And it doesn't have to always be, monetary gains like money, uh, money. Yeah, just money, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But it could also be, time, emotional investment, love, all of that kind, right? The more metaphysical things. And in order to be, noticed by other people and to be able to have friends who are of value, you yourself need to be of value. So if you're trying to escape the Matrix, first of all, don't think of it as like, you know, something that you're trapped in, right? Because that's kind of the mindset that a lot of, you know, these alpha dudes are trying to put at you, right? You're trapped, you're being plotted against all the time, right? You're the victim of your environment. First of all, that's just not true at all, right? If you're living in like a first world country, and you know, if you're watching this video, you probably are in a first world country. You have internet, you have food, water, a roof over your head, right? You have everything that is necessary for survival. If you live in a first world country, you need to start thinking of this whole matrix thing as a way to level up yourself. You need to think of it as a game, right? And in this game, there's a lot of variable to it. There's so much variable that you simply just cannot do all of them, let alone master all of them. So you kind of need to choose the most important one and build a niche for yourself, right? The simplest of them all is going to be fitness, right? Fitness is very, very simple, but it is not easy, right? Simple and easy are two very different things. Something can be simple, right? The instruction can be simple, but it is very hard to do. Now, why do I always put fitness at the forefront of it all? Number one, because if you go outside in the street, you know probably nobody there, right? And the thing that we always judge first and foremost is going to be looks. Now, here's the thing. If you look like you take care of yourself, you look fit, you know, you groom yourself, you dress well, people are going to respond to you better. Matter of fact, some people might even approach you and try to be friends with you. That leads to you indirectly improving your social skills, right? That is going to overall allow you to get better with people, right? A lot of the people who are, you know, incels, what we consider incels, are people who just don't take care of themselves and have kind of self-labeled themselves as victims, okay? Don't be like those people. Get your looks together and just forget about it, right? That's why I always emphasize. Even though, you know, I am very into fitness, I don't think that's like the NRB all. At that point, you're just a gym bro, right? You want to be more of a well-rounded person rather than a gym bro. All right, on to the next point that I have. Even if you get rich, let's say, okay, you get rich and then life is all good, you know? What you don't understand about that is that you are still in the matrix, brother. You are just like, you have just leveled up a little bit more than, you know, some other people who haven't put that much time into it, right? But you are still expected every day to work on whatever it is that, oh my God, whatever it is that you're working on, and to improve yourself every single day moving forward, right? This whole escaping the matrix thing, the problem with it is that it implies that when you do escape the matrix, life is going to be all sunshine and rainbow. That is just simply not true about life at all. The thing with life is that you have to think of it as a video game. Like I mentioned earlier, you're always going to have to keep leveling up more and more and more and more. There's no such thing as, you know, you achieve a goal and then life is all sunshine and rainbow. That's just not how it works. And if you don't start adapting the mindset that this is going to be something that you're going to do for the rest of your life, right? Improvement is going to be something that you have to do for the rest of your life. You're not going to make it at all. I'm so sorry about that. And the great thing is that, you know, because you're constantly improving, every day you wake up, you have a purpose. You know, the people who are the most depressed are, first of all, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like I'm speaking to a mirror now. But victim of their environment or people who are extremely lazy, who don't take action. It is okay to think about, how bad you have it in this life, or, how everything is so bad, the economy is cooked, no one can get job and then all of that. But all you're doing is thinking, right? It's all in your head, bro. Are you trying to become a schizo like me? Right? Don't become a schizo. Become someone who's more proactive in the actions that they take. If there's like oh my god. If there's like a business idea that you want to go do, then go do it. Worst possible scenario, it doesn't work out, you lose a bunch of money, and you have to go back to your job. But the thing that you gain from that is, one, discipline, because it takes a lot of discipline to build a business. And then two, you have game knowledge, you have ball knowledge. Okay, a lot of market nowadays, you need a lot of experience in order to get good at, and it takes a lot of time too. So even if you failed once, you know damn well that you can run a business, and so you're gonna do it over and over again until eventually you get rich and you're good for life. My god, I'm talking fast today. I'm gonna try to slow down for a little bit. But yeah, the whole point of this video is to get you to change your perspective on self-improvement in general. It's just not just self-improvement, but also, the entirety of life. You need to first learn about the fact that life is a proactive thing, and it's going to require you to keep going and improve every single day. Second of all, you need people, right? You need people to elevate you and yourself up. And to do that, you need to have value. You yourself need to have value in order for people to take you seriously. And third of all, please enjoy the journey. Since this is going to be your life and your lifestyle, you need to learn to enjoy it. Otherwise, you're going to be stressed all the time. And the thing about stress is that it feels, strangely enough, it feels good, right? It feels very comforting, because you get to rationalize why you don't want to do this, and then eventually you're going to agree with yourself, and you're just not going to do the thing at all, which is not what we want to do. So enjoy the journey. Take a break here and there if you want to, but ultimately you need to just keep going, keep pushing at it, right? Like, how you want to think of it is that you need to think of it as like an average, right? Like a yearly average or something. Like, if we take all 365 days and then we take the average of that, the average of those 365 days should say that, oh my god, I improved, on average every single day by 1 or 2%. If you do that, you are 3 times better of a human being by the end of the year. Congratulations. But obviously, you're not going to see a lot of those results from day to day. It has to be from year to year. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today.